Hello and good afternoon, friends. Welcome to the CEC EduSet live lecture. Dear friends, today we are conducting fourth lecture on software engineering. So far we have conducted 3 lectures on software engineering where we try to understand about the quality of the softwares as well as different modules. We discussed about the architecture and design of softwares. Dear friends, taking the series forward, as I already said that we would be talking more on software engineering. We would be talking more on how software works. So dear friends, today in this session we are going to discuss on the maintenance and evolution of softwares, as well as we are going to discuss on the different key points. And for this we have again with us in our studios Dr. U.S. Pandey. Dr. U.S. Pandey is Associate Professor in Department of Computer Sciences, School of Open Learning, University of Delhi, as well as friends, I would like to tell you all that he frequently visits different countries for various conferences, seminars and workshops where he exchanges knowledge, where he shares information, and I hope that his experience is ample for giving us detailed, in-depth knowledge on software engineering. So without wasting any time, I would like to welcome our guest, Dr. U.S. Pandey. Dr. Pandey, welcome to the EduSet lecture.
Thank you. Earlier in the lectures, we have a lot of things we have talked about the software engineering. Now, the other important parts of the maintenance and evaluation, what is the another important factor of this any software engineering concept. Now, what is going to be there is an operation change, maintain software during and after the user operation. As you know, the maintenance of the software is a very important factor. Why? Because the moment the software is installed, anything the user who is using this particular software may try to understand about the software, try to get exactly whether he get the each and everything as per the specifications or not, the requirement whether the things are going to fulfill or not, or sometimes he want that some more information can be accessed by using this kind of software. Or it may be that due to some problem he is not able to use the software because it is totally new environment, new way of developing the things. So that the software when it has been installed, the maintenance plays a very important role. Another thing is determine whether the product is still function correctly. What is happening is the moment you install the software and after doing each and every operation to check whether the product is still function correctly or not after doing the modifications or little bit addition what is required. So, doing changing and after doing testing it again, you have to check it and you have to evaluate it whether it is functioning up to the mark or not. Another is the personal turnover, exactly what is happening to the maintenance part and the evaluation part, each and everything need to be done up to the mark. In the maintenance and evaluation, as we have just discussed, lot of other good things, some difficulties are also there. Now, it could be rigid or fragile design, lack of documentation. As we have just mentioned, maintenance is an important part. Some of the difficulties which is going to be the measure in the sense that if documentation is not in a proper order. Sometimes maybe you are getting a good quality software, but there is no proper documentation, or in other words, if you need some kind of assistance in between, the further help kind of facility is not available. Or in other words, if you are getting some kind of troubleshooting activity, you are not able to do that thing. It may take time if you have to contact the organizations, the main software engineers who are just going to see all these things. So, the lack of documentation and fragile design will play an important role. So, the software industries must provide this kind of facility and proper documentation with its software so that this kind of a difficulty may not occur. Because as you know that nowadays the softwares are providing you the online facility. Not only this, even in between running at the time of running of your software, if you are getting any kind of problem, the software have this kind of capability that they provide you the proper assistance if you have put something wrong at some point. So, the meaning by that in those big softwares for a small kind of problems or even for bigger problems, they try to provide you the help immediately. Otherwise, you need to contact the organizational people or the software developer people to know about all those things. And if there is no proper documentation, even in the industries also, as you know, in the IT industry, people in a big industries, they left the job. So, if the documentation not in order, then it may create a lot of problem. So, difficulties may arise at the time of maintenance. So, just to avoid these kind of difficulties, it is required that the proper documentation must be done. Another is software evaluation. After maintenance, software evaluation is another very important factor. Software is inherently flexible and can change. Already you know, as requirements change through the changing business circumstances, the software that supports the businesses must also evolve and change. As you already know that the lot of things are changing into the market, into the computer environment, into the software environment, into the technical environment. So, you have to cope up with all those things. Maybe you are knowing earlier the biggest computer industries or the bigger organizations are using different kind of software packages, different kind of languages and different kind of other technologies related to the computers. But now when things changes, internet activities has come into the market, online activity has come into the markets, a lot of changes is required into the industry. So, keeping all these things in the view, it may be that at the moment what you have done the development, maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow, it may not be feasible for that kind of activity. For example, earlier lot of banking, all the activities, hotel booking, it could be a railway reservation or the air reservation or the different kind of activity used to do offline. People used to go and do it offline, but the things changes. Now they are bound to become online. You are already seeing the banking which you are providing the good facility offline, now they are bound to provide the online facility also. It is very easy to say, but you understand, just to making all the transactions of the bank online, are doing banking a core banking services, providing with the security facility, developing a big software so that it can take each and entire activity. Just imagine, saying is very easy, but it requires a huge investment in the software itself. Not only the software, for supporting these softwares you require a proper hardware activities also with the latest facility. As you know, lot of security activities are required through the software and hardware also. So, a big investment is going to be there. What I mean to say, even if the software is developed for you in the industry, according to your requirement, changes is going to be done. It is also possible that when you start running the software, you may realize that you can get some more kind of reports, some more kind of analysis, some more good results can be produced by those software. So, you have to put those kind of activities, you have to discuss these things with your developer, that all those points which at the moment are arising, if it is possible, can be incorporated in the running software. Modifications can be made, changes can be made, and accordingly you can incorporate those changes if possible. and if not possible, it can be incorporated in the next version of activities. In other words, you can take a simple example, as you are knowing that railway was providing a better facility to you earlier also. Earlier, if you are able to book 10,000 tickets in a 1 minute, now they are trying to improve and they have come with a new version of the same software where more than a lakh kind of ticket can be booked in a minute. So, you can see that making the changes in the software, making the software more efficient, more timely, precisely it is going to be good in that way. Not only this, putting more security efforts so that no one else can do a cheating with all kind of activity. So, it is one of the example in that. In the same manner, you try to understand in the banking also. Now, you know, when you are doing online banking, your banking transactions are not related with the banks only. The income tax department is already there. The many other departments, they can directly interact with your transaction activities. So, knowingly, unknowingly, these softwares are providing much more good interface with other software. What I mean to say at this stage is that these softwares can be integrated with other softwares. You already know about the Aadhaar card, a unique ID kind of activity. Maybe you are knowing the basic objective of this Aadhaar card, this unique ID is that related to you, all the information will be available by this particular ID. Whether you have taken loan from a bank, do you have different kind of properties with you, do you have any kind of criminal record, do you have something very good with you, all kind of informations are supposed to be there into that. So, by accessing that kind of ID, information can be accessed about you. Not only this, if government want to provide some kind of help, some kind of subsidy, as already you know that LPG connections are different kind of subsidy, government is planning to distribute through the Aadhaar card. Or if not, they want to link your Aadhaar card with the bank account or with your PAN number or with all other documents, so that this can become a unique number for all purpose. That was the basic objective. In other words, they want to integrate these things using the good software to manage each and everything properly. Imagine crores of persons are there who have been issued the Aadhaar card, and the scheme is running very fine, which will put each and everything in an order. You can say theoretically it is very easy to say how to manage each and everything, but practically it is a very difficult process. So, what I mean to say, the moment you have started, it could be that your requirement was less. When you have started using the software, then you realize that something more can be done. According to that, at the stage of software evaluation, as we have mentioned, that the activity, the requirements, the changes through the changing business activities, you may require to do all these kind of changes into the software. If required, things can be incorporated into this. Although there has been a demarcation between deployment, development, evaluation and maintenance. This is increasingly irrelevant as fewer and fewer systems are completely new. As we have just mentioned, regarding the maintenance and evaluation, what is technically is going to be there, sometimes your software may require to add a new module into it, a new structure. Take an example, in your department, when you have developed a software, one particular department was not available. At the time of installation or after that, you want to create a new department, a new section in your office or in your organization. You need to do some kind of development for that. So you have to add a new module, you need to add a new module into your software. So this kind of activity can be done at this stage. Now system evaluation, you can see here how the system evaluation is going to be done. Define a system, define the system requirement, assess existing system, propose system changes if required, modify system, and if the existing system needs something, then you do the required changes if possible, and a new system can take place. So the whole evaluation process you can understand from the defining to access the existing system, do the required changes, the purpose why you are going to do these things, do the proper modification if required, some kind of addition or deletion is possible, you have to do it accordingly, and then you can produce a new system with the additional facilities what you have just added. So in the total evaluation process, these steps must be followed accordingly, and you can create a new system. Configuration management, as we have just discussed, besides management and other part, configuration management is another very important area. CM, that is configuration management, is a discipline whose goal is to control changes to large software through the functions of component identification, change tracking. So the configuration management basically take care of all this each and everything of the component identification and change tracking. Now you can see how it functions in that way. Now this configuration management is going to be defined as a version selection and baselining, managing simultaneous updates, the term work, build processes with automated regression testing, and the software manufacturing. As we have just discussed, in the development of the software, different phases used to come. So this configuration management basically a separate department who takes care of each and every kind of activity, good or bad, or some kind of problem is going to be based on your software. They take with the version selection and the baselining when a new version is supposed to come. You may be knowing that especially in the computer industry, if something is 1 year old and no changes has been made into that either in a hardware or in a software industry, it means that the industry is doing nothing. They are not doing a kind of developmental activity. So here this, in the case of software industry, this management, as we are mentioning, is also there to look that every time within a year or two, within 2-3 years, a new version of software is must. With the new features, in the meantime, they see that what other kind of activities these softwares are going to provide into the future to you. As you know, you have seen, if you take a very simple example, MS Office, earlier you have seen Microsoft has come with few packages related to the MS Word, MS Excel and PowerPoint on with few features. Then the next version they revise with all many good points in all the entire packages. And now they are coming with the new version again. There are new software in the operating system environment also, as well as in the MS Office environment also. They are coming with many new features which have been inbuilt it in developing lot of good things also. Earlier where there are only 2, 3, 4 components are there, now more than 10 components are already going to be there, good features are already inbuilt into this kind of software. Same way into the operating system environment, earlier you may be knowing, if you have used, you to know about the commands and each things changes into the next version that you need not to do, then graphical user activities have come into the features that need not to remember anything, graphically you can see the things easily and you can do is, and then things changes, even if you do not know anything about the computer system, easily things can be handled. What I mean to say at this stage, that every time within a limited time period, the softwares are coming with the new facilities, new additional features, and that is going to be called as a new version of that particular software that is need to be there into the market. So, this configuration management used to design when this new product is going to be launched, or how much time you are going to take for development of that. Development of all those things is totally based upon the user interaction, user feedback, market acceptability and each and everything. Not only this, simultaneously in between also, if some kind of update is required into that software, they are also coming with that particular activity. For example, if some kind of problem is persisting in a new version of software, in the meantime within 2-3 months, if they realize that something is missing or something is more required by the users, organizations, they will come with that updated module also. And sometimes they provide this updated module free of cost to each and every individual customer. So, the meaning is, this is the job of configuration management, to see that each and everything after developing the software is running up to the mark, or in other words, it is running fine. Now, building processes with the automatic regression testing also. What I mean to say, that development at in between does not mean that it is not required, that need to be tested properly. The addition what you are providing or the additional features which you are going is also going to be tested first, then it is going to be integrated. For example, as you know, like softwares, Oracle or big another databases, they used to add lot of new features in between also. Take a simple example, you are a marketing person, you are good about the database, you want to do some kind of presentation which you are developing lot of databases activity on the Oracle, immediately you need to present something based on your database, some kind of analysis, you can calculate it and then you have to prepare the PPT. So, there are many good features directly with the database features. You can go to the presentation module itself, automatically slides can be prepared based on those analyses and so many things. So, I am trying to give a very small features that many things are going to be added in between, it is going to be integrated so that it can be benefited by all the users, organizations who are using it. In the software manufacturing, as we have mentioned, after getting the feedback of the users or about the software capabilities and all, these software manufacturing activities continue with the configuration management. You can see how the configuration management is in action. See, this 1.0 version has come, 1.1. If some additional features are going to be added, it is 1.2. Something is going to be there, some major changes is going to be there, and if your big module change and each and everything, the version is going to be 2.0. And now you can see here, if required in the previous software, some additional features can be added it is 1.3 like that, 1.4 if required, and here in the next version if some changes is going to be done, that will also come with an additional features, little bit addition, adding some module, adding some more feature required by the users by getting the feedback and the requirements of the organizations. A new version may come in that way. So, you can see how the configuration management is in action, and you can see here just by combining all those, the features of the lower version, the features of this the latest version which have built into that, and coming with the new features, the new version of that is going to be there. And if required, as we have mentioned, the things will getting upgraded. Now, you can see combining the feature of all, you can get a new versions. So, this process is continue to create a new version. Now, new version, or in other word you can call a new software things are a new addition with the entire changes into that. So, you can see between the version 1.0 and 4.0 a big change is going to be there, with lot of good additional facilities are going to be there. You can see all the updates which have been given by the software industry have been provided to the organization in between itself. Now, they are coming with the new version software, totally upgradation of these previous versions. So, here the things are going to be changes accordingly. Now, you can see software process qualities. After doing configuration management, maintenance, this is another very important factor, software processes qualities. Processes is reliable if it constantly leads to a high quality products. Process is robust if it can accommodate unanticipated changes in tools and environment. Processes performance is productivity. We have discussed earlier about the different process qualities also. Now, here again we would like to put more emphasis on the reliability. The software should be more reliable than anything, because reliability is going to be an important factor when you are developing some. To take a very simple example, if you are running any financial organization, you have developed some software where calculations are being done. So, those calculations should be 100% reliable, or it should calculate each and everything as per the specification, as per the guided rules, as per the rules which are standard. Take a simple example, if you are doing some kind of statistical calculation, statistical predictions, those predictions must satisfy the formula, the rules of all. Take a simple example, if you are doing Z test, T test, Y like this. So, these things should be done properly, and that is why we say reliability is going to be the must. Another thing, the robust is also going to be there, because if some kind of changes are going to be done into the entire software, or some kind of activity is going to be that, your program should be like that, it can accommodate. Otherwise, your activity may get some kind of harm. And lastly, as the performance is productivity, because the performance based activity, maybe you are very reliable, you are very accommodating, you are very good in many sense, but your performance is not up to the mark. Then being everything good, you are not able to execute properly. Or in other words, the same example I am again repeating, if you are doing much more good security in the railway reservation system, but you are not able to satisfy the customer. You are knowing, you have know about the Tatkal schemes of the railway reservation system. You know, sometimes earlier it takes much more time just to get log into the system. It is not the fault of the software. The software has basically much more engaging time to check whether you are a proper authorized user or not. Or sometimes a deadlock situation kind of activity is arising. Many people just get logged into the system. The software is not able to do things in time. The problem was not in programming. The problem was something else, that the computer, those software not able to take things very much in time, that things calculation can be done and the persons can be identified easily, so that a timely execution can take place. Now, they have made the required changes into the software and now things are running fine. So, what I mean to say is, even when you take care of the reliability, robustness and kind of thing, performance is also going to be the aftermark. Because when you are running a software, when things are not going to meet your requirements properly, the software is not going to of use. Take a very simple example again, you may be doing, when you are doing online banking, sometimes you have found that due to the internet connectivity, if you have bought something, you have just ordered some kind of activity, at the time of making payment to the system, some hurdles came and the proper connectivity in making the payment to that particular item is not realized. The meaning by that your product which you have tried to bought, you are not able to get that kind of things. So, basically it is somewhere software is also responsible for that kind of response, either into the area of where you are buying the software, where you are buying the activities, or when you are making the payment to the bank or the banking software where this kind of transactions are taking place. What I mean to say is, in the software qualities, these things need to be taken care of. Processes is evaluable. If it can accommodate new management and organizational techniques. Processes is reusable if it can be applied across projects and organizations. As we have just discussed, these processes is evaluable if it can accommodate new management techniques. The organizational different kind of techniques are going to be there. Usually, as we have mentioned in the software qualities, these features must be there, that if something good has come into that, or that those the processes can be reused, if it can apply to the other projects and different organizations activities also. So, this could be another important features of that becoming a software process qualities into that. Now, assessing software qualities. The qualities must be measurable, quantifiable. As already you know that if you are developing any kind of software or you have bought a software, the quality must be measurable, or it should not be like that unlimited activity. It should be measurable. You have to define it in a quantifiable way. And in the next way, the measurement required that quality be precisely defined. What in one word like to say, that when you are doing this kind of qualities, these things must be quantifiable. Only then you can express something. In other words, somebody can say that this is going to be this much activity. Improvement requires accurate, consistent measurement. The improvement in these kind of softwares are going to be required in accurate and consistent measurement activities are going to be there. So, the things are the software is very much accurate in the sense like that. Accessing software qualities for most ST groups. The qualities are informally defined and are difficult to access. The key points, we have discussed a lot about the activities of the software engineering, starting with the different models and all. Now see some of the key points which are very important in the software processes. The software processes are the activities involved in producing and evolving a software system. As we have just discussed now, software processes models are abstract representation of these processes. We have lot discussed about the different software processes which takes place in the entire development of the software. It involved producing and evolving a software system, the system which you have talked in detail also. In general activities are the specifications, design and implementation, validation and evaluation. We have already discussed the points about how a software process will take care, and after seeing the proper specification on the what guidelines need to be followed, how the system is going to be designed, then after that its implementation, validation and evaluation. Then another very important point is generic processes, models describe the organizations of software processes. Examples include the waterfall model, evolutionary development, component based software engineering. Another important point is iterative processes models describe the software processes as a cycle of activities. As you know, we have discussed about the lot of models starting with the waterfalls and up to coming this evolutionary and call life activity. So, in all what we mean to say that software should be designed taking each specifications very importantly, and according to that these softwares must be validated and doing things in a reliable manner. Another very important point is that the requirements of the engineering is the process of developing a software specifications. When you are developing a particular, designing that particular kind of software, these points must be remembered, that the engine requirements in the process of developing a software specification is must. Another key point is design and implementation processes transform the specification to an executable program. As already you know, after doing the problem definition to coming to the designing and after implementation processes, which transform the exact specification or the requirement of the user or the organizations to an executable prompt. The program which is producing you, giving you the required result as per a specification required by the organization needs or the user requirements. So, after doing designing and implementation, it needs to fulfill the exact requirement what have been asked by the organization or the user or the required persons according to that. Another, again we are coming that validation involves checking that system meets to its specification and user need. In the same way, just we have discussed about the designing and implementation part, validation is also just to check whether it meets the requirement of the user or not, whether we are doing each and everything in the right direction or not. That needs to be checked properly, it should be validated, and as we have discussed that these things or these systems need to be tested properly as per the specification required by the user, by putting dummy data, by putting the data which is just like real, or by putting some other means of data that whether system is properly validated or not. In the same way, evaluation is also a major concern with modifying the system after it is in use. The system evaluation process which you have already discussed, it is also a very important key feature of that when you have start using the system, you must do the kind of evaluation whether the system is running fine or not, whether the system is properly executing the things in time or not, or some kind of problem is persisting in the system. Because in the evaluation, are the systems are taking time in doing the kind of execution, your all kind of reliability or the different other parameters need to be done properly, need to be evaluated properly. So, this is also another key feature or key point of the things are going to be there. The rational untied process is a generic process model that separates activities from phases. CASE technology supports software process activities. As we discussed, lot of other kind of activities, a different kind of technology is going to be there which support this software process activities. And that's all about the things of the software which you have discussed in the software engineering. So, starting with what is going to be a software, what is a software designing, how this design will take place, what are the important points you need to take care when you are developing a software, what are the different techniques for software techniques, software testing and different kind of process model, software qualities. We have tried to summarize the software engineering in short, discussing with a lot of models and different kind of points, how these using those parameters you can test the software, you can validate the things, you can design the things and you can do accordingly. So, this is a little bit about the software engineering. Some of the more portions are need to be discussed in detail in that way. Thank you.
Definitely. With this note, thank you sir, thank you so very much that you have given us once again a very productive session on software engineering. And now as we have some time left, so should we go for the some question round session?
Very right.
As we talked about software engineering, we talked about the different aspects of software, starting from its quality to the preparation, that is the entire designing, to its maintenance also. Now the question arises, when we prepare software and after using it after some time, we feel that we need to have a upgraded version, and sometimes we used to get the notifications also that now you have this version available in the market. So how this is planned and designed?
Very rightly, very good questions, Geetika ji. Exactly, we have just discussed exactly the configuration management. There is one department which takes care about all these kind of activity. Very rightly, when you are using a software, definitely you will get some kind of problem. Even if you don't call it as a problem, it could be in the form of suggestions also, it could be a requirements also, it could be your needs also. You are very rightly say that when you are using a software, only then you can realize that some kind of more activity can be performed at this place also. Take a very simple example. If you are doing some kind of financial calculation by using a particular software, after using, you may realize that some kind of more statistical report can be prepared at this stage. Some kind of another good report can be prepared at this stage, and those realization means that you need some kind of upgradation in your software. So if possible, you can report these things to the developer, and developer is definitely take these things as a positive steps towards developing the new version or towards developing a new modules in those software, so that it meets the requirements, fulfill your requirement, or the other reports what you are saying, it can produce those kind of activity. So this software development steps, there is a feature like that. If you are getting some kind of suggestions or problems, these things can be incorporated into those in different phases.
So there is also one question which has certainly appeared into my mind. Sometimes we buy certain kinds of softwares, and sometimes it also happens that we get the version of a particular software, or sometimes we get the notification by this software online if we are searching for any software, or sometimes it will say remind me later, or sometimes we get the software but that is not the complete package, I would say. So is that the pirated version or a test version?
You are very rightly, again I am putting, you are talking about the lot of software which are available online to you. Actually what is happening, there are many software which are freely available to you through online. Few software industries just they provide some kind of POPs to you that you can download these kind of software, and sometimes they give you a particular time that you can use my software for 10 days, 15 days freely. You can download that particular software and freely you can use for 10-15 days. They provide you a facility so that you can access all of the features of that particular software. So even if you are using that, you can use those software. Some of them are providing you the free of cost, you can get it downloaded and you can use it as per the internet and all activities. Some of them they are giving you for few time, that 10-15 days or a month you can use that particular software, and then they give you thing that if you want to buy that particular software, they give an offer to you that if you are satisfied with the development, you can take this software. And sometimes what is happening is they do not give you the entire feature, they give few features to you, and they just say that there are different modules are other available to you which you can make use that one. So accordingly you can choose the requirements of that particular segment or that particular software. If you need to buy, you can get it. Second thing, as very right to you say, there are many big softwares are coming. So sometimes take a very simple example, if you are buying for a database software, softwares are coming from 1,000 rupees to the crores of rupees, and that is totally depend upon your requirement or you need. If you get the software from the market, maybe for educational activity you required only few portion, maybe for your particular department you required only 2 modules or the 3 modules, but if you are working in a very big organization, maybe they are requiring the whole thing. So sometimes those softwares are also coming in different modules, and you may buy as per the module also. So it's not necessary that you go for the entire. As I have just mentioned, especially in the education sector, it is not possible that you need not to require a huge database just to store and do all the kind of activity. They would like to know about the features, and they would like to use some of the features, so they can buy that kind of module only. So it depends how much you want to use and which software you want to use. That is an important point.
That is the important point. Definitely, when we select for a particular software, then we have general ideas also, and sometimes after using that particular software, we feel so that how much acceptability we tend to obtain for that how much we like that software. Now the question arises about the testing of the softwares, that how softwares are tested. Is there any parameter to test them?
Very rightly, Ashan, we have discussed in the lecture the different techniques in the, because software testing is a very important feature. After developing software, the different kind of testing going to be done, and as we have discussed, the testing at a component level, at a unit level, each segment of your software is going to be tested, each module is going to be tested, that it is giving the reliable result, and different parameters are being there just to check whether the software is running fine or not. It's not only that, as we have mentioned, reliability is not only the important factor, execution time is also going to be the important, integration with other modules is going to be there, integration with other software is going to be important feature. There are many other parameters which you have discussed in detail, and after doing the unit based testing or the component based testing, the entire software is also tested, whether the whole software is running up to the mark or not. Only then after that you have to give an acceptance report that whether this software is tested properly and whether you are accepting this, the things are not there. So different parameters are being there, different stages are there, and software testing is done very rigorously, so that this software can run fine, become reliable, doing a better performance.
Definitely. Now the question arises, when we have talked about the testing of the softwares, what are the conditions when software goes corrupt? Sometimes it is feel that, or sometimes it is heard that the system or the software has gone corrupt. So what are the conditions under which we find that?
You have very rightly say, as we have taken care in when you are developing this software, or the software industries, they take care about each and everything. But these things are coming basically in the area of maintenance. What happens, maybe due to some reason these things are not running fine at a particular stage. Although nowadays the software which have been developed, they are taking care of each and everything. Not only this, as you have just asked earlier also, they are providing lot of facility online. Even if you are working on a particular software, you are getting some kind of problem, you can get online help also. And if you are, that is some kind, due to some problems, some crash has taken place, so they have a facility that you can recover those kind of activity. This kind of facility is there. Now you can take a very simple example. Even if your window is correct, your operating system is correct, they have a lot of repair, troubleshooting facility. They will provide you the help so that you can again come with the system. If not, if you are not able to recover the things, still do have a lot of advanced feature already built into the system, you can recover the system. So lot of inbuilt features are already going to be provided by these manufacturers to you to recover about the things, getting that if some kind of problem is persisting, if any kind of major thing is going to be there, then definitely you need to contact the organizational people. Otherwise, lot of features are already inbuilt. A software engineer can easily see that with the proper documentation, he can easily resolve the major issues involved into this, or you can say the problem which is persisting with this kind of softwares.
Definitely, this is the condition with the help of which we can solve the problems. As Dr. U.S. Pandey himself said, while we are discussing about the software, their qualities, their modules, their structuring and designing, is there any technique available? If I have prepared a particular software and I wanted that nobody else could produce similar kind of software, so are there any techniques available?
You are very much available. There this kind of a lot of good features. See, in the software development, like this IPR, intellectual property right activities are also going to be there. It's not that, but what is happening is somebody had, I'm just taking a very simple example. You have seen chartered accountants are there. Every chartered accountants are using a particular software of income tax, and some of them are developing their own software to produce something different than the others. So what I mean to say, as you have just very rightly asked, you can develop a software. Even if somebody has developed, you may using the different technique for developing all those kind of things. You are doing something for your own purpose, or you are customizing according to your requirements, you too can take. And as you mentioned, lot of activities are there, their kind of registration kind of facilities are there. At that place you can check whether the other similar softwares are also available into the market or not. As I just mentioned, in a particular area 1000 softwares are there. So doesn't mean that each and every software is copy of others. Every software is having some different features, some different techniques, some different way of producing the things. So it could be a different things. Even the software's objective is same, the purpose is same. They are using the different techniques, different way of calculation, different way of producing the result. So it could be different in that way, and still you have this kind of activity that you can check whether this kind of software or some kind of repetition kind of activity is there or not.
So we have, as I already said, that we have very less time left over here. With this note, we would like to take your leave. I would like to thank Dr. U.S. Pandey once again for giving us 4 productive sessions on software engineering. I hope so in future also we would be conducting more lectures on software engineering, so that it becomes easy for you to understand the topic as well as get the in-depth knowledge on software engineering for all the students who are into software production, or all those who love to understand more about the software. So dear friends, if you want to give your feedback, or if you have any questions regarding software engineering, then you can watch this lecture once again with the help of the YouTube, which we are going to upload very soon, and you can definitely mail us at info.cc@nic.in. We would meeting again. Till then, take care. Bye bye. Thank you, sir. Thank you so very much.